Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's turn to ban. Newbee's turn to ban. Virtus.Pro's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to ban. Virtus.Pro's turn to ban. Newbee's turn to pick. Virtus.Pro's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's turn to pick.
Life Stealer.
Virtus.Pro's turn to ban. Newbee's turn to ban. Virtus.Pro's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to pick.
Earth Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's turn to pick.
Lion.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to pick.
Dark Seer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's turn to battle.
Tide Hunter.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's turn to pick.
Dragon Knight.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes. Prepare for battle.
I gotta say, I'm a little surprised that these two teams have really not played too often so far this season. Only 3 games in total, it looked like, but we definitely got a good best of 3 setup here, Grant.
No, we do. It should be the Lena pick. Breaky, you were actually here like, it's going to be Lena, and guess what? Those other dumbasses over there couldn't call it, but you did, so...
You're saying that, not me.
Yeah, I am indeed.
No, it definitely makes sense, you know, the matchup against the DK, bring in some great Magic presence for the team, but overall, a very solid draft here for Virtus.Pro, and, you know, again, they made their debut at this event 2 days ago against Spain Gaming. They were... Maybe, I don't want to say, you know, they weren't trying by any means, but you could tell they were having fun. You know, even the panel was talking about that. This does feel like a bit more serious overall. Again, Newbee, obviously a fantastic opponent. I mean, you're taking this seriously.
VP versus East, always going to be in a classic. And I just love this. They talked about how Earth Spirit's actually a little bit weaker of a hero right now, but Roger on that hero, I'm excited to see what he can do. Especially against Lion. I feel like if Lion doesn't get the initiate on the Earth Spirit, Roger's just going to run all over him.
Yeah. First pick IO, though, it's definitely a hero we kind of expected almost, especially with recent changes that have been happening to it. To see it at this event, and we have seen it, you know, 3 or 4 times now, I want to say, and Kaka is going to take some good damage here from Solo especially. They're fighting for this bounty rune 1 more second before it spawns, and KP will manage to pick it up, actually, so.
They do, and it looks like it's going to be a 2-for-2 rune exchange, though, and Posh is going to run back, but yeah, I mean, you just get that Iron Shell on Roger, and I don't know what this line's going to do in the lane. He might just have to leave this top lane, but middle, it's just going to be Lena against a DK straight up, and obviously DK can tank it up a little bit, but once you get those Oh, no Mango Lina this time. I know.
Whoa.
He's back to the. He's at the older build right now. He's gonna get double null, and then he'll buy a couple mangoes.
Does no one know about those mango chains? I mean,
I'm not sure yet, but
no, that's potentially could be seeing it eventually as you're getting at, but yeah, so far it does not have that. Gets delivered the Salve. Top lane though, going back to again the Darkseer. He does have the Earth Spirit up there as well, pairing with him. In fact, Earth Spirit, it looks like he's setting up to pull on the creep wave, and he's going to do just that. So Faith making his way over, but he's not going to be able to do a whole lot to stop that.
And you see this, like, Razor cannot last a hit under a tower. He will. See, he misses 2 of those in a row.
I know you're cringing right now, Greg.
I am. Middle lane, though, that was my favorite. They both denied their ranged creeps. Like, neither one went for the last hit on them. They both just denied their own. They're like, all right, we're back to even. That's fine.
There you go.
And just a straight up dueling. Obviously, IO +1 is always going to be a very dangerous lane, but this one doesn't feel like it has that much kill potential unless VP overextends, which you never know. They definitely could, but level 1 dual breath from Jakiro, that's a lot of damage. And you see, look at this IO. He's just running away. It's a lot. Ooh, and he actually cancels that the bottle charge already.
Yeah, Kaka, he's...
Wait, what?
Might be dead. He's dead for sure. The tether to the creep. The last second, he gets enough region initially. Solo wants his kill, though. Well played by Kaka right there. The dual breath coming out, though. I think it hit, and it looks like it did.
But Faith gets
first blood, though, going the way of Faith, as mentioned, at the top lane. You know, the fact that he lived that long obviously ends up working in a sense.
Gets him that, but now look at even KP. He's super low HP, and yeah, level 1. It's one of the best skills. Jakiro, you do so much damage slow as well, damage over time. It's just a great ability. But
yeah,
they get the first blood top with a Lion and a Razor. You obviously just get a static link and you just run at somebody. Guess it worked out.
So that's actually a really good point you're bringing up, though, about the IO, you know, being in the IO Tidehunter. Just something about that doesn't really scream that scary. IO, in general, this game, it doesn't feel like he has an obvious
someone to enable, right? Yeah, that's how the Chinese. That's why you don't see him play IO as much as the West, right? Because they play it in a different way. Like, he's always just going to be about positioning, right? Like, say your core goes in, he's just going to want to secure him, like, you know, just bring him back, do that. It's all about positioning more so than like these aggressive pairings in the middle. Oh. Roger, he's going to miss that roll. Probably would have been a kill there, but fortunately doesn't get it.
Yeah, it would have definitely made it very close. There's a mango on Noah now, so he's lacking mana, but he would have definitely got that back. In fact, he throws out the Dragon, almost gets the kill still. But it's not enough, so that's Triple C will pop a salve, and he'll be fine in the end. But yeah, it goes back to Roger. Unfortunately, a little bit of a miscue there on the roll.
It's hard to hit, especially with how wide it is middle now on those ramps. A lot tougher, and especially with the towers being closer, you don't get the good angles you used to have because they have so much vision.
That's true. Roger is making his way to the bottom lane, though, but going to be seen by Kaka.
He's chilling. He's just chilling on the bottom. Well, he's whatever. I don't know who's up that hill, but what are you going to do? It looks like they're trying to stop the pull. And they get it.
Yeah, so maybe that was the plan all along right there, so we'll play. You see the Courier, meanwhile, flying back from the top lane as Darkseer's just busy cutting the creep wave. Roger splits the uprights right there, goes right down the middle of the tether target. That was a bit of a reaction as well from Newbee, to be fair, but...
Roger, we know you're a good Earth Spirit player, but that's a 0 for 2 already.
Come on now. Yep. Pressure's on.
And I mean, this Wisp is, if he hits that, it's an easy kill on this Wisp right now. Obviously, the Tide probably not going to bring him down, but damn, with 3 heroes bottom, Ramsey's already level 4. You just enable Ramsey. He's going to do his thing, just like they always talk about Miracle being that player who he always wants to get stuff done. Just give him the playmaker. Same with Ramsey's.
Look at Pasha, meanwhile. He's like tanking the Lion damage as well now. He's getting a little bit lower, so yeah, probably needs to start falling back. Earthspike, nice job by Faith. He ninjas the bounty rune in front of him. Pasha's going to get his own at least, but clearly, Faith, that's his mission right now in the beginning of this game. Yep. Try your best to deal with Darkseer.
Yep, and it's very hard to do, right? You see, he can pull the creeps, he can go to the jungle. It's just, your Razor is going to get a little bit of farm as long as he pulls the creeps like he did past the tower, because you never want to be a Razor last hitting at your tower, as we saw.
Yeah. So Ramsey is so far, though, early on, 21-5. He is having some great CS at the bottom lane. Lina is doing fantastic in the middle lane, 27-7 versus a 18-4 Dragon Knight. But you do have Razor that, despite what's going on up there with the Darkseer, also doing very well, including 11 denies, actually.
Yep.
Way up there, so.
Very important with those changes to it, but both safe lanes are getting tons of farm, and then it just comes down to that middle lane. DK, he's doing enough right now, right? DK never really... Oh, speaking of that, though, the roll-in is going to come, the kick.
There's a Boulder Smash, LSA, but IO's here, and even without the I mean, SCCC was... seeming like he was pretty tanky at that point.
Yeah, those burn raindrop charge. That's the thing. Raindrop versus Lina. It feels good because you're negating some of that damage, but Lina takes off your charges so quickly.
That's true. Gets the follow-up from a teammate like that. Definitely could be a kill, but again, IO especially makes it not really worth chasing any further. Pasha, once again, back to him at the top lane, pulling that creep wave, bringing it back into his jungle. But, I mean, it's CS, it's 16-2, it's solid, and definitely doing its part. You think we're going to see that Helm of the Dominator build on Darkseer, by the way?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really the only build. I mean, I don't want to say it's the only one you can, and then he doesn't, but it's the most common build, and obviously you can just split push waves with it across the map. You can jungle with it with the Iron Shell as well, and it's just too good not to get. And then if you do want a team fight, obviously it has its benefits.
Now, we saw the interaction the other day in a Razor versus Darkseer matchup, but the idea of that unstable current, and it can purge off the Ion Shell. Now, again, it's not 100% guaranteed, but if it's the right target. Solo, by the way, they're man-fighting right here. IO, once again, assisting, overcharge executed, and KP will manage to walk it off, but more bounty rune action at the 6-minute mark here.
That's the thing, right? Maybe not the best kill potential, but you're not going to be able to bring down a Tide. If the IO's ever within range of Tide, unless they're committing like Laguna Blade, that's going to be such a tough kill.
Yeah. Again, Lifestealer, though. Is this... We saw Lifestealer before, and he actually, with the Armlet build, it's just, Radiant seems like it's been the go-to build a lot of the times, though, for Lifestealers.
Usually go, like, phase boots in the Radiants. I don't know if Ramses or KP are just lazy, because they both just went treads on the bottom lane. Obviously, that's what you can buy at the side shop, but I'm interested to see. I think Armlet's decent here, especially for his DK Razor, right? Like, they don't have burst damage except for Finger.
Okay. But nice X, by the way. Yeah, catches him, attempting to barrel roll out of there, realizing he was in a tough spot, but Moogie comes over with that Eye of the Storm active even, and 28 plus damage due to the static link. Easy kill onto her Spirit as a result. So 2-1 start here in favor of Newbee. Bottom lane, Ramses popping that rage. Taking a little bit of damage from those Auras, but turns back around, looking to make a play on KP once again, but again, obviously a difficult target. You have the Iron Tether, you have the Kraken Chill naturally, so you don't want to dive too far for that.
Yeah, like Ramsey's already level 6, but he's already used Infest, and he's at like 200 HP, and he's just like right-clicking this Tide under a tower. Not much you can do against him.
Yeah.
Middle, man. This Lina, 47-8, but 38-9 on DK. DK is doing perfectly fine. I think both middle. It feels like they just have a pact. Like, okay, we called some people middle, but now let's just farm. Like, we're both having a good time.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lina can just go and clear stacks. DK can't really do that. So no one is definitely going to pull ahead in this farming and going for the Yules.
Yeah, the Yules.
Standard.
Pretty standard, exactly. Good word for it right there. We'll see how he follows that up, but at least the Yules early on makes sense. You see the early Soul Ring on Darkseer. Currently no information just yet as far as the next item, but again, the Helm of the Dominator very likely expected as he picks up the bounty in there, spawning at 8 minutes now.
That VP. You get some nice bounty runes as well. They don't actually end up stealing it, but solo? You get slowed by some orbs if they come out. You're going to go down, but no orbs here.
Going to hit that boulder smash at least on KP, but not the longest stun. He throws out another dual breath. Here comes a breathe fire from SCCC as he runs in. Ancient Dragon form going to be executed. They pop down IO, but SCCC now, he's trying to get away from 3 heroes all of a sudden. Solo is still alive in the back lines, and now back over to the Dragon Knight. Great hero blocking from Roger, and Lina just pounding an auto attack as well as Ramses. And Solo staying alive that whole time. Finally will go down to the Tide Hunter, but it's all because of how long he stayed alive that they were able to do that.
And like there on that, he like went into that little tree crevice, and I believe he actually got experience from that kill because he was close enough to it. And guess what? That's a 2-for-1. That's a middle going down. Lina for DK. They both rotate bottom, and Lina ends up on top. Is out of mana now, though.
We do see Ramses, by the way. The Radiance is queued up at least. Those power treads picked up. Once again, has supports coming back to the bottom lane, but seems like it is going to be the Radiance build.
Yep. As long as you're not the one getting fingered and you live through that Ravage, I mean, you're just going to be outputting so much DPS. You can also just hop in an Ancient if you want, level 12, whatever. Just get in a Dragon and good luck. They have nothing to bring down an Ancient Granite Golem or a Dragon, actually, now that I look at it. If he just gets in one of those, he's just going to run around with the Radiance, and he's going to be untouchable.
That could definitely do some work. Port back to the middle lane. Lina comes in, throws out a Dragon Slave immediately, and looking to be back here. Keeps some good control as far as the net worth goes. Lifestealer does overtake the top of the net worth charts because of the action at the bottom lane. So again, that Radiance coming into play sooner than later, ideally. Kaka finds himself at the top lane now. He's now paired up with Moogie. Bit of a rotation here. Is this maybe to get some levels on IO?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, I just watched him ping. Like, the Wisp actually stole his last hit, and he just spam pinged. It's not just here. It's not just over in America where you steal stuff.
He's pissed off.
Yep.
That's the way to let everyone know.
I think he just needs levels. Same with Faith, actually. It feels like none of these supports really have levels. You see Faith is 4, Roger's 3, the IO is 3. I think he just turned 4, and all these supports are super under-leveled, and all the cores, look at that, are super over-leveled. This is a throwback to a couple patches ago.
By the way, Lion right there, he actually survived a Laguna Blade to the face, so not often we see that, especially this early on in the game.
Uh-oh. Okay. That's the max. Yeah, max surge. That's why you don't get any points in vacuum or your wall, obviously.
Yep.
Get out of there. Man, I can't believe it. You want that level. And Wisp is actually going to buy the tome, so they don't want the finger that early, and that's the more defensive style.
And wants that relocate as soon as possible. Darkseer, we did see the Home of the Dominator was finished, but speaking of Darkseer, could be in some trouble at the top lane. Maybe Roger, Ancient Dragon form going to be active. Faith running in level 4. So no Finger of Death just yet, but they got a Dragon Tail stun at least for the Earth Spirit. The Iron Shell's up on him, but they don't care. They're just going to collapse and easily get the kill on Earth Spirit. That's 4 heroes coming together. Nice transition into that top tier 1 tower, again with the Razor, but especially the Ancient Dragon form. That's going to do plenty.
I'm intrigued to see if they go for a tier 2 here. You have the IO, you have SEC. We'll see if they want to play a little more aggressively with this Ancient Dragon form. Yeah, I think they will. I think it's smart. Like, what can VP really do to stop this except committing 1 or 2 cores? They're just going to continue. And Ramsey, yeah, they're going to commit 1 or 2 cores. All right.
There's 1 core at least in the Lifestealer, and that's enough for Newbee to be like, it's not worth it anymore. They got a response at least. So they'll fall back, and more farm for Ramsey's now at the top lane, as Lena's the bottom lane, so she kind of overtakes the bottom. At least that's the idea.
Now, you might just, Darkseer might just go run middle. Looks like he already does have his Helm of the Dominator, so see that creep just running middle.
Work with that. You do see Razor at the bottom lane already, though. And so it actually might end up being a tier 1 bottom push instead.
Just keep it up. I mean, as you see, because these supports haven't been taking levels, moving on that Razor, level 10, has the drums. He doesn't do the most damage, but he can definitely push tower by himself if no one's going to react.
Yeah, those drums, 6 charges, good to go. Tied under nearby. Again, Ravage doesn't have the mana currently for it, but does have a stick charge, does have a mango on top of that. So yeah, he would be able to Ravage if it calls for it. In fact, he's just going to eat the mango right there.
Tide's going to be so arty with that, but it's going to be so hard to kill him. I mean, that's almost a Tide every game, but you look at it, unless they want to commit like Lena plus Lifestealer just going all out on him, I'm not sure they're going to find him.
Oh, they do find the Lena right here, and the follow-up, they're going to commit to Ravage. No, he pops heals in defense, though. Here comes Earth Spirit and plenty more support. Pasha throwing up that Iron Shell once again. It's a Newbee. The Ravage coming out. They don't get anything out of it. Well played by no one, though. That timing of the heals was perfect.
It looks like that was like a visual glitch there. Roger got hit like farther away by the Ravage, but because he already technically hit the hero, went to the other side of the hero. That was super weird.
And that's huge for a couple of reasons. Obviously, the Ravage is on cooldown. They know this, but also just more space created for, as we see here, Ramses. And he basically has a Sacred Relic, so the Radiance is going to follow up very shortly at this rate. And once he has a Radiance, we know what Lifestealer can do, as you mentioned, especially jumping in creeps, etc.
Yep, he'll be able to run around the map, and he won't be able to get bursted down by Faith anymore, who's still not level. I mean, having a Lion not level 6 at 14 minutes in.
It feels bad.
I mean, like, Jakiro, whatever, but you want that finger. That's like a guaranteed kill with +1.
As you mentioned, they used the tome on Io earlier. I mean, he has a relocate now because of that. And speaking of that, do you expect to see offensive relocate plays here, or is this going to be more the defensive?
It's just going to be, if IO's with anyone, it's just going to be all about pushing. And IO actually is keeping it. Yeah, I'm going to use it yet. I didn't think IO doesn't have an EXP talent, right? I don't believe so.
He does. There's level 10, I believe it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah,
there you go.
He's just going to save it then. I guess if they don't need it, I'm really surprised they didn't give it to the Lion, but whatever. Let's just save it up.
Oop, down here. There's that Laguna Blade in the face of Lion. Again, not level 6 just yet himself solo. Probably going to be Sacrificial Lamb. Yeah, I don't think he's getting out of this one unless Noah can somehow make a play for it, but with the link up, they just run him down. KP trying to cut off Noah, but without a Ravage, especially this time, there's no way they're catching up to him. And so a 1-for-1 exchange. Lena will take that kill, though, and back towards the middle lane.
Even though VP's down by about 1K here, they're fine because Lifestealer's just free farming top of the net worth as well as that Lena. You see the biggest net worth, right? The reason they have that 1,000 gold lead is the IO actually has a decent amount of farm, and I mean VP doesn't care about that. They're pretty sure the game's just even here.
I was curious. Now again, this is we haven't really seen a lot of these idols since these recent changes and stuff, but the biggest thing with the tether move speed and the Helm of the Dominator specifically, and the idea of the synergy there with the hero, she can tether to the, the creep that he takes over or whatever, so not going to here. He looks like he has a Glimmer Cape, in fact, queued up, but are you not surprised by that, though?
Not anymore. It felt like that. That's more aggressive. Without you use that being when you could do the double ball thing, where you just instantly burst someone by using your double balls, and you can't do that anymore.
Okay.
So the whole move speed, getting close to somebody, stunning him with like a centaur, your own centaur, and then just bursting him down instantly, it can't do it anymore.
Lifestealer. Radiance just about finished, just needs the recipe. You see TP in from KP, and he does have a Ravage ready now, but by himself currently, so wouldn't expect that to come out unless a very defensive maneuver. Lion is level 6, by the way, so there's that finger now.
What a timing, though. Level 12 on Lifestealer, get have Radiance about 1 minute after that. This is gonna be a tough one, I think. Newbee has the team fight, but just like the last game we saw, where Navi, they baited out a couple of bad Ravages, and then they just take over. That's the problem with Tidehunter. He's a great team fighter, but if you have one bad ultimate, the game could just change so quickly.
We're also noticing the theme for Newbee, definitely. Not that it's surprising with their lineup, but when both of your cores go drums early on, both the Razor and the DK do here, you can tell they want to push towers, they want to fight, they want to go, go, go. They want to win early. It's essentially what that comes down to.
Take the tier 1 top. So Newbee's still up gold. We might see, with Medallion coming out Lifesteal, they might want to go for Roche, and that'd be a great time for Newbee. If they get a big 4 or 5 man Ravage, because VP's getting a little cocky over at that Roshan, that's perfect timing for him.
So KP, I'm guessing, still committing towards that pipe, but does he need a blink? Yeah, it looks like it is going to be the pipe soon enough here, but do you think he needs to get that blink as soon as possible after, or is it something else?
I think this is how the Chinese kind of play. They're more reactive, and if they do want to take a fight, right, you have the DK just hitting the tower, and Tide, if they go on DK, then the Tide just gets an easy Ravage. They don't really want to pressure fight.
Whoa, Ramses, he's completely by himself running in. Kimpy ports in, but the Ice Path coming at Ramses. That's 105 stolen damage, so he's not dealing the most himself, and because of that, they're just going to keep on running. Literally just runs by the whole team. Obviously the rage makes it difficult for them to stop him in the end, but it just looked funky across the board.
They just smoked, I'm pretty sure, in vision. VP'd it, but now they're going in.
Ice Path, KP has to go through. He still has that Ravage. Remember, will he get it out? Posture running in as well. The back of the head kill Razor. Razor's already dead off the bat. Roger gets nuked down by the finger of death, but they also get the turn kill on IO as well. 2 for 1 in favor of VP. They're looking for more. The Ice Path as KP comes down. He had the Ravage the whole time. Never found the opportunity to use it. Will he actually live? Those the question. And the answer seems to be maybe yes. No one's chasing, but cannot get close enough. Great Hex coming out.
Yeah.
I'll stop them.
Okay, I'm completely fine with Tide not Ravaging. You just lose a fight, right? But at least you didn't lose a fight and lose your Ravage. So they're going to lose a tier 1 as well. And this could, he has his Medallion. Once Lifestealer brings that out, I mean, they could do Roche before it if they really want, but because the Ravage is up, they feel a little bit scared about that.
I just love that from Ramsey. He
runs through.
He's just like, you know what, guys, I'll just run right on through here. And
like he doesn't get locked down, but the Razor steals like 100 damage from him, and he's like, whatever, I have Radiance. Like all my damage this early is from the Radiance.
Yeah, they still have plenty of burst, of course, from the Luna, or the Lena, excuse me, who does have a Laguna Blade. Was getting at their level 2 now.
Oh, and it just came off. I'm really surprised he didn't Yule's there. Because his Laguna you saw was 2 seconds off cooldown. If he just Yule stuns, that would have been an instant kill, but
yeah,
whatever. I mean, it's not like you want to use Laguna to kill an IO, really.
There's 2 sentries in that area that saw her, so obviously if those sentries aren't there, then I think IO actually is dead. I mean, maybe he would have just coincidentally tethered, but I'm pretty sure they saw her, and that made him react, of course.
Playing this Tidehunter with the pipe is going for that Blink Dagger, so I think they just saw what happened. If you somehow let it, Earth Spirit just rolled in, initiated on 5 of them. He did not care, and he was in the middle of them with the Lifestealer inside him. You can't let that happen.
Yeah, he's the vehicle, that's the word we always use, of course, the vehicle this game for the Lifestealer, and sure, he dies in the end, but he gave Lifestealer that positioning, if anything, and started that whole fight off in favor of Virtus.Pro, of course, so. I
feel like Earth Spirit feels kind of like a Geo Metro. Like, he's not the greatest vehicle to get inside, but, like, I mean, it'll do. Like, it'll get me to work, but whatever.
Kind of reminds you of your car, basically.
Yeah, nothing like the 98 Crown Vic, the old cop car. That bad boy has been going forever.
Gets you to where you need to be.
Pretty much, and then it breaks down, which happened to Roger. He just got fingered. He rolled in, got fingered, but hey, he got him there. That's what matters.
Speaking of that, Lion here, trying to find a target. Relocate in, by the way. Not really finding the best spot, though. Solo's only TP'd out, and Virtus.Pro, they clearly saw this coming, so that relocate is essentially going to be wasted. by Newbee. So, I mean, they are using it offensively a couple of times now.
It, yeah.
So they're trying to be aggressive. It goes back again to the itemization. They now have a Blink Dagger on DK even. So they're going to have a couple blinks once KP picks his own up.
Yep, and the BKB from Razor already up as well. So it just means the Lina, if she finds him, it's going to be a lot tougher to kill. And you don't really want to go on with the BKB ever, especially 10 seconds, 20 minutes in.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy, actually. Roger will back off, but I feel like Ramses is literally just farming this whole time again. He's at the top. I mean, the net worth definitely showing that. He's 10,000 plus and easily by far in top there of the net worth chart. You see a smoke play. Again, naturally coming out from Newbee.
I mean, this is a kill. It's not the best kill you get, though. Just solo. He's like, whatever. I got the lane pushed in. They have a siege creep, but look at Ramses. He's solo pushing top while they're 5-man ganking him.
He's just going to walk it off now as Titan reports in, and that'll be the end of that. Life to level 15, and then meanwhile, Lina's pushing bottom lane. So they get a bottom tier 1 out of it, and that BKB, as you mentioned, 2,100 gold saved up, is definitely making progress towards it. So, yeah, great kill, sure, from Newbee, but 5-man smoke, killing the main support on the other side, definitely not what you're looking for. It just happened to be the target that they found. So, is there a clock for Newbee? Again, I go back to especially the way they're building with these double drums, the blink daggers coming out early on DK, and Razor, I'm sure, kind of following that up too. If
Ramses get out farm like this, like I feel like they could take this late if they're farming well, but you see Ramses is now 2,000 above the Razor, so at this point there is a little bit of a clock, and they're looking though, Ramses. I mean, he can just rage TP.
Yeah, he's going to do just that. Infest even. He's... What are
they're
all there. They just can't do anything.
And this is one of the big things. Oh, Solo might go. I mean, he got the counter ward. I think he is just going to die, but
hashtag word.
Yeah, he goes down. I think the biggest thing when Chinese teams do pick IO, which is pretty rare nowadays, they like to 5-man a lot, and you see that like they TP bottom, wasted relocate. They go middle lane, 5-man to kill a 5, and then they go top again. All they find is Solo. It just feels like they're 5-manning a lot, and they're not getting much out of it.
Well, Razor's taking the second spot at least. Him and no one seem to be fighting for that place, but it feels like as well, Lina, when she finishes that BKB, you were stressing. Fantastic item, of course, to have. They have the Rage already coming out from Lifestealer. The BKB especially, those two cores, even if they get it off before the, really if they get it off before the Ravage coming out, then they shouldn't be losing that fight.
They can burst down those supports so easily, and if you don't have your IO on like your DK or your Razor, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. At least that is the change, though, right? Razor's get a BKB. IO can go on him now, luckily, if he's not on him before, which is nice.
That's true.
Quality of life, just a little small change for those poor support players out there. Like, please, I'm already playing Wisp in a club.
I just want to heal my teammate.
Yeah, just let me help, please.
Stuff that prevents you from doing that is pretty frustrating. Solo, it's going to run out here first. That was a smoke play, so it's going to be exposed by KP, actually, and we'll keep their distance. So we're going to clash here for sure as Triple C looking for an opening. Ice Path put down there. They thought they might have been doing Roshan, but as we see, that's not the case. No one. He's still in Vis, though, as is Roger currently. Back lines, but instead we kind of just got some mid wars just staring at each other, and no initiation going to come from that.
That's fine. Pasha.
Ooh, Blink on Dark's here, by the way.
Okay, he's going early, level 1 wall at level 12, so I mean they're ready to team fight. Both teams kind of want a team fight, but neither one wants to initiate it. Like
they want to counter.
They know there's 5. Yeah, they know there's 5 heroes. Like pretty much everywhere they're going in middle, and now they're just gonna go back to farming. It's a reasonably slow-paced game, but both teams are keeping it very even. And you can see the cores are just getting more and more farmed while the supports fall farther and farther behind.
Yeah, the overall net worth might suggest it's a very even game right now, but I look at the damage cores of either side especially, and obviously you got Lifestealer and Lina a bit ahead of the Razor and DK right now. Comparison.
This would be a nice Lina kill if they can somehow smoke get this Lina up top.
Now that's a target they wouldn't mind killing. They are pinging it out, but can they get there in time? Kaka, meanwhile, is picked up at the bottom lane. At least Razor looks like he's going to be able to TP out. But Lina's already gone.
Yeah, Lina TP'd bottom like, hey, I'll come help. Well, you already got the kill. Well, I avoided a smoke gank. And now that BKB coming next. Has it, actually, in 100 gold. And this is the thing, it's a very slow-paced gold game, but farming-wise, I mean, this is some of the most farm I've seen on cores in a long time. 13,000 net worth at 24 minutes in. On not like an AM or something, they're just flying.
Yeah, Lifestealer really isn't usually that hero, that carry that's going to be getting excessive farm earlier on in the game, you're right. But, of course, a Radiance will naturally help with that. But Ramsey's no doubt making the best of the freedom that he's got right here. He's going to have an SNY now to go with that full solar crest, and there is the official BKB purchase. So you got the BKB now. SNY, is that maybe the key where if you're Virtus.Pro, you're more confident perhaps initiating, or are you still waiting for that kind of counter?
I don't know if you're like, you want to take team fights still, but I think no one's getting more confident going for solo kills, right? Because he can go in, he can get the kill, and then he can just BKB TP out, and they have nothing to stop it. I think it's going to make him more confident.
Oh, Rant solo getting picked off.
Oh, see it, KP on the backside. Yeah, now, I mean, this is possible, Roche. You don't have that combo. Kyle said, lay down the ice path, ping it, get the vacuum, vacuum and wall. You just can't do it right now because he's dead. But it is going to be a tier 2, the classic tier 2 for Roche and Roger. I mean, they have to know. You know Fade. I'm really surprised he's not
the fastest Roshan.
Yeah.
So
here we go. That's Vision. So
and they're losing a tier 3, by the way.
This is a little awkward for Newbee.
This is really bad.
They
have to back out. I think
they got a TP back. That tower's got to be melting right now. Meanwhile, Lena just picks up line in the back line. Here goes Roger. There's the vacuum wall combo. With the magnetize on top. Kaka coming in. He's going to reload Cadet. Not just yet, at least. Moogie passes BKB running after the Lena. They will lose the Earth Spirit. Roshan's still alive. By the way, the tower at the bottom lane goes down in favor of Ramsey's buyback from line. But the melee Rax is dying as well. Buybacks across the board. Darkseer and Earth Spirit both buyback. As you'll see, he wants to run the kill, but here comes that Macropire on top of the ice. But Pasha runs in. Vacuum using everything with the ice shot. Stolen by Pasha right there. The Aegis is. They lose the Isle. They're going to lose a TK. No one coming back and help finish the job. She actually goes down because of that. But now Razor, he has to get the hell out of there. And once again, I go back to Ramsey, that's just been pushing pot in this whole time while the fight is taking place at Roshan. Virtus.Pro, no doubt happy with the outcome here.
That was just, what a plan. That was the thing, right? No one could be a little bit cockier on the backside there. He goes up, he just picks off Line, who had to buy back there. And Ramses, I wish you would have just killed that ranged Drax, but we'll see. Are they just going to push with this? Pasha has the Aegis, by the way, so we'll see. There goes the range
still
Drax.
Does. They do not have the Ravage out in the hands of KP. They're going to try to commit for the Ramses kill. He's getting somewhat low. He comes out, pops a Rage Zone. Now he's going right after the DK. The IHL on him. And Infest Bomb on top of that as well. Enhanced damage. Faith is going to be picked up in the backlines once again. Dead for 35 seconds. Buyback on DK, so this would be a dieback on him if he ends up going down. Solo though running away. Macropire foot down. Lifestealer going to take that stun. But once again going to look to turn back in. Razor purchases an SNY. He's looking to help in this fight, but they're going to lose the DK. KP, he's trying to run away. Razor, where the hell is he during this fight? It looks like he's at the top lane because Darkseer is something distracting. I was wondering where he was this whole time. So they kill Darkseer, but a double kill for Ramses. And that's a Rax just out of nowhere, it almost feels like for Virtus.Pro at 27 happiness, and it could be more. Moogie pops the BKB, feeling pretty confident. They're going to get a TP out of Ramses due to that static link. Roger may end up going down, but they're even going to pick off the IO again as the others do start falling back and trying to run. Lion is coming in to try to maybe catch them off, at least Jakiro. Maybe that's it.
You can just tell VP is just on a whole nother level. They're just that decision making, like any other team, it feels like Lifestealer would just freaked out. Like we're giving away a free Roshan instead. They get a full set of racks, and they got the Roshan kill and the Aegis.
Decision making was like, just so on point there, no doubt.
Yeah, that's so much team goals. Look at Ramsey's 16,000, almost 70,000 net worth now. You can't kill him. I actually don't think Lifestealer is like killable unless you get the Hex off to start, and I have a feeling this line's not going to get Blink in a long time, so good luck.
Yeah, it took him long enough to get level 6. I don't think a Blink's coming anytime soon. Boots of Travel on Lena, you see right there.
Level 18 as well, so
Laguna Blade.
They're just moving. They can even go take down Shrines. If they really want, they can wait for the next Roche, which could be a while, but I mean, they don't have to, and there's no reason to pressure except the fact you're VP and you like doing that.
I go back to the point earlier from Newbee where, again, with the way they were building, maybe not on a very strict clock, but especially after how the sequences played out right there, they're working with items right now that were made more for that early game aggression and push. Now that they've fallen behind, this is where, you know, I begin to be a little bit worried if I'm Newbee. Yeah,
and just your heroes in general, right? Like DK Razor, you like him if they're paired up with like something like a Luna, because then you have a frontliner, someone who's stealing that damage and then just going in, but neither of them do that crazy amount of burst damage. You need the DK. He's just there, get a steady do damage, and Razor has to stay alive to do damage, which has been a little bit tough.
Well, he's got that BKB, he's got IO. You see, once again, though, Ramsey's a free teleport whenever he wants it. As he does right there, he gets the hell on out with the Rage, and he also gets massive rotation from Newbee. The only player that wasn't there was the Dragon Knight that's busy trying to finish his own BKB. But I go back to Razor real quickly. That BKB has to already be down to 7 seconds even, maybe.
Yeah,
but
I believe it is. There's Tether. Okay, so Tether Grand Scepter bonus. This is a good game for it, especially with the Razor. Okay, 8-second BKB too. But yeah, he got that. So Razor and he got his level 20, the 0.1 interval talent as well. So this Razor is going to do a ton of damage if he doesn't get initially bursted down.
It's curious. It's interesting you bring that up because Razor's Q up right now is actually an axe, and you got to kind of wonder. He's been the leash target for the most part, the tether target. Yeah. Is it really worth getting the axe on top of it now? No, meanwhile, middle lane solo. We've seen this before. That's 5 people collapsing onto him, so they get the kill. But as we've continued to suggest,
he's just standing. Oh, he's microing his creep. Okay. I saw him middle. He was microing him.
That or was he totally baiting them out? No, that was definitely misplay. Maybe it was. The wall comes out. Here's the LSA. They're going for the burst down onto Razor, and it's going to be enough damage. You say AFK, I say that was a bait play all along from Panda, and it works out beautifully. KP will fall. A 3-for-1, we'll call it, with the initial kill on Jakiro, but they're going to TP immediately mid. At least Lina is, and let's go down mid.
I don't know. They really are. They're the best team in the world, and you can see it in this game. They really are. Just how they play. Not only that, the vacuum wall, when it was only those two, Ramses was coming from the backside, but somehow the vacuum into the 2-man light strike rate, not the easiest thing to do. I mean, they make it look easy, but it really isn't.
Oh, that's tier 2. Backdoor protection, of course, helping right here. Eventually going to fall off, though. And I mean, I know it's still a bit off now. Again, it's Link. I was wondering what that orb was going to turn into, actually. He goes to Lincoln's here.
Yeah. You just, now even, the line might never get blinked, but even if he does now, guess what? You're just going to instantly block that, and you're going to be able to get Rage off before the stun comes.
Yeah.
Pretty much, he's nigh unkillable right now.
So I go back to Razor, though. It doesn't make any sense for him to go Axe here? Considering he has that tether axe effect on him,
obviously you don't want the IO to just be on you, but it feels like I don't think it matters right now. KP, hello.
He has Rabbit. Can he get it off in time if he comes down? Looks like he won't need it. Thought they might have been going for that kind of play, but no, DP. Oh man, if they actually knew he was there,
he was BKB'd. He BKB'd.
Oh, did he BKB? Okay, I saw the invis. Okay. Yeah,
he BKB'd.
I was going to say them Ravage coming out.
But you would have. That's what I was saying. I was like, you definitely do it, but he was BKB'd.
That's a good point. So they just get out. They got what they came for, obviously, easily in the tier 3 tower. And going to reset now.
I love how no one has buyback except Tide. I mean, it's not that late, 32 minutes, but I just love seeing that. People are just buying items. They want to fight. They want to go now. To be a 4-staff almost on Earth Spirit as well as on solo. He's even close to his, so a lot of utility, and they just take another tier 3 middle. It looks like they are just going to wait for that next Roche to completely end the game.
Lino finds an opening on a Tide Hunter. Does have Laguna Blade. Oh, Boulder Smash.
Wisp, yeah.
Oh yeah, Wisp relocating in, so VP picked up on that. They want to fall back, no one included. Can he actually escape? He's running so fast, and the 4-staff just in case. I'll keep him out of there. Yet another example.
And Ramses.
There you go, Roger. Bait in the sense of space created for Ramses.
But look at this. What are you going to do? Oh, Lina TV's in. There's a DK back here, so they know what's going on, but Ramses does not carry. He's so farmed. Lincoln's does get popped.
Pasha is going to fall. Gave up some damage as well to Razor. Ramses, he just runs through tier 4 towers. He's more space created. They're all chasing it. He's just going to rage TP, though.
Yep, and clear out the creep wave at the same time. He's going to miss 2 of them, but whatever. All the waves are pushed in, just Pasha going down. It looks like Roche is going to be up in about 1 minute. So that'll be the timing. We're going to see it's going to be a lot like that last game. You're going to see the fight's going to happen at Roche. One team, more than likely VP's going to win it, and then Newbee's like, well, unless we had a 5-man Ravage, we're in a lot of trouble. Razor is very farmed, but a farmed Razor compared to a farmed Lifestealer does not feel very good. Razor even and now he switched it up. He went the Maelstrom, the Lightning.
I noticed it, earlier on, but as they picked up the talent, so something does tell me that if anything, they kind of talked about it or it was brought up.
I do like it because DK went the same. They know they lack the damage, right, of someone like a Lifestealer, so they're just picking up pure damage items at this point.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little bit early. Well, hey, he's staying. Well, he steals a stick, unless that was his stick.
Roshan,
it's right now.
We're going to see a late respawn, or mid-respawn, we'll call it maybe. But Earth Spirit, they find him at least, and Finger just going to guarantee the death, so they snipe him out.
Now Lifestealer going for that nullifier, so it's funny. Ramses, this is the biggest thing of a tier 1 carry player. He's pretty much just been split pushing the whole game, but every time there's a team fight, he's the one that starts it off.
Somehow,
so he never misses these team fights, but he's always getting
Somehow
done
he's
on the
split
map.
pushing always, yet he's always there, ready to initiate, and he's playing Lifestealer. It's like, okay, well, he's obviously playing, you know, a Spectre or something. He's like, no, that's not the case. In fact, nobody's playing Spectre right now, but
thank goodness.
Lifestealer was working also on a Nullifier this game, so much more damage coming out. Obviously, a second Sacred Relic to help build an item, so that just itself explains that he's going to be hitting really hard at Nullifier this game. Makes sense to you?
Yeah, I mean, anyone you run at, they just can't do anything about it. Especially, I mean, I was gonna be like, he's gonna use it on the IO, but I'm pretty sure he just 3-shots the IO anyways, even though he has a Glimmer Cape. So they are gonna need some detection. You see one dust up there by the Jakiro.
DK making sure to get out before he gets jumped in the middle lane. Again, him and Razor trying to kill that Mjolnir. There's Roshan.
Here we go. Let's see. Is Radiant just gonna collapse on it? Yeah.
Well, obviously we know what happened last time. So, yeah, Ramses, he is currently at the top lane. If VP does kind of commit to a Roshan themselves. And
and already, I love this. You see the Posh is using his creep up top to continue pushing that lane as well. So they're going to have to commit. They're like, well, we know they're probably doing Roshan right now, but what can we do? Our top's pushed in super hard. I think if Ramses actually did just stay up there, he might have actually just been able to take another axe, I think.
Oh, they're kind of falling back right now. So as soon as they see them fall back, especially the Tidehunter, they might be, they ping it out, and something tells me they're going to go into the pit. Again, VP just making all the right moves, it seems like. That's what they need to be doing. No one. There you go, leads the way. And Lifestealer is, he is in the pit as well. Solar just going to throw the ice path. DK jumps right into it.
Damn.
Did not expect that. Silver Edge just finished on Lina, by the way, too. And then you have the Nullifier picked up by Ramses at the same time.
DK is going to go down so quick. If the Wisp, like, just tethers to the Razor, they're just going to go on this DK and melt him in, like, seconds.
Well, they do jump solo. Right, he gets back for now. KP thinking about the Ravage, decides not to use it. The BKB was committed by no one.
A little bit bad reactions there, but...
well, I did see the juke there. It did seem like the cast animation's coming out, so no one was trying to make the big play in reaction.
There's a little hard on the Razor now, so... Obviously hard, you have to get, you need the tank ability, but you're against a Lifestealer buying a heart, so... At the beginning of that fight, he's going to start melting a little bit higher with that percentage-based damage. And he's pretty much 6-slotted. I mean, obviously you can sell that Solar Crest or the Treads for something, but he is pretty damn farmed here at 37 minutes.
Yep, VP will see SCCC running up, and they decide to immediately fall back. Not wanting to engage right there. Probably waiting out the next BKB. 25 seconds for Lina before that's back up. We mentioned the Silver Edge that she just got. The break effect, great on 2 heroes here specifically, both the DK as well as the Tide. And I know the panelists were talking about a possible Viper pick for that reason alone, so it makes sense for it to get
They know there's no Dragon form. I think that's big. That's why they're fine kind of doing this. No Dragon form is up. Ravage is there, but your DK's only melee.
Well, if he killed Tidehunter before he can use a Ravage, that's a pretty good play. The relocating away, though. Well played by Kaka right there. Keeps him alive. SCCC did commit a BKB, however, for this fight. He doesn't have the Ancient Dragon form, does he?
No. That's the problem. That's why they're fine, like, trying to do this Roshan right now.
Nice path hitting a couple. They're just delaying them as much as they can, though. And then with the wall there as well makes this really awkward right now for Newbee. In fact, KP goes in, he gets a bad Roshan as he walks in. They lose the line off that bat, and they're going to find the easy kill on Moogie. That was not the play if you're Newbee. It just looked like... Well, it wasn't going to work from the beginning, and it sure didn't. Kaka, the ice path on 3 different heals. Rogers will survive that finger of death. They're going to kill the IO. They're going to kill DK. They're going to kill Lion. They kill everyone, in fact. And they're going to go right back to Roshan. And you know what? Never mind. They're probably just going to try to finish the game right here.
Yep, they're going to fourth buyback and see what's happening. Bottom's already pushing in. They can just go for the... I mean, they might go for Megas and then the Throne, but might as well secure it up and buyback. If all 5 bought back, they might just go back for Roche, but I think they know that not all 5 have them.
Well, there's 3.
There's 3, but
still
where's the top farmed guy? The Razor, 40 seconds.
He's not alive.
Yep, that is going to be the problem. If Razor buys back, maybe they go do Roche, but good luck with that.
That's going to be mega creeps for Virtus.Pro, so Newbee doing all that they can to prevent this, but without that damage coming out of Moogie, as you mentioned, there's no way. They got to deny. You know what? That's a victory in itself for Newbee.
We'll take it.
No, and we'll finish the job. They jump the backlands. They go for DK. Obviously, that would be a dieback. Great vacuum into the ice path. Just beautiful execution, really, from VP throughout this game, and they're going to take game number 1 pretty decisively for the most part.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, because of the whole lane phase, but Ramses is allowed to freeform the entire game, right? Like, we saw some of these fights and all that happening, but Ramses the entire time was just doing his thing, and I can't believe he just got a full set of racks while his team was 4